All right. So episode 1 of Queendom season 2 just came out today, and my goodness, it was a long 2-hour episode. We at the very beginning of the episode, we saw, all the groups with a performance. We then saw them being introduced to each other and then selecting who each other's rivals were. And then the episode kind of finished off with Vivi's and Hyorin being the first ones to show their first full live performance. And so all three of us kind of watched independently, and I wanted to discuss the show's first episode as well as the first impressions. Um, so I guess I'll kind of go over the first question, which is the immediate reaction to the show, as well as moments that you guys kind of liked. And I guess I'll kind of start off. Um, I do like how they introduced each performance first rather than showing the girls kind of meeting each other. I think this kind of helped establish each group for those who don't really know. And then I also appreciated that a lot of girl groups were like these girl groups are all like at different periods of their career. Um, I still wish that ITZY could have been here instead of Cosmic Girls. But I know Cosmic Girls probably need the show more than ITZY would. I kind of got the impression, or I was kind of disappointed in the selection of the male host. I don't even know what his name is, but
He's a comedian.
yeah. Like I wish it could have been like a senior artist, maybe like Kim Jong-kook or like Rain.
It's Lee Young something, right? Lee Young.
Shin, I think.
Yeah. Oh, okay. You knew it. Like I only seen him from like Running Man and maybe like one other show, but like for me, like Taeyeon made like a perfect choice for like the female MC. The guy though, I don't know. I just feel like
I think he's pretty famous in Korea, but like internationally, like he's not really well known.
I think for the selection of this show as well, I don't know. It was just a little awkward. It was like Taeyeon and this guy, So that's kind of like my first impressions. I guess dubious. I'll kind of start off with you.
So here's the thing. I've never watched Queendom season 1, so like for me, everything is new to me, right? The first thing the first impression I got was that like the production value was very high. Like the sets that they walked into when they were first being introduced was really pretty. Even the stage sets when they were performing for VVs and like it was very well put together. So I was very happy to see that. But like yeah, I mean, I think like thankfully I think I'm in the show after watching the first episode. Before I was just like, I'm not sure if I'm gonna like this, but like now that I know it's like a well put together show, I'm like, okay, I'm more interested now.
Yeah.
For me, Taeyeon being the MCE was okay. I mean, I'm not the biggest like Taeyeon fan anymore, but I mean, I'm sure it means a lot to the girls. They're like competing. For the guy, I'm tired of like shows picking like actors and comedians to be like MCs. Like, why can't they just go with like Hichoro or something? I prefer that. Like someone who like sure, like comedians and it's not to say that comedians and like actors don't know music or anything, right? But I feel like it would mean more if the MC was someone a little bit more knowledgeable, Regarding like the members that like competed, do you guys know what exactly happened to G-Friend? They got acquired by Hybe, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, it was so I think the history's gonna be off, but I think around 2019-ish, their company got acquired by Hybe.
And then they liquidated G-Friend and then created a VVs, right? Out of the 3 members.
Yeah, so they came to the end of their contract, and that's why G-Friend disbanded.
I see.
Yeah.
We'll
never know exactly why, but yeah.
I mean, I think it makes sense for like Kepler, now that I think about it, to get on. I mean, because it seems like the show is kind of divided into 2 parties. It's like people who are starting and people who are kind of like
who are veterans. Yeah.
I don't want to, you know what? I don't care. Whatever. Their careers are ending, dude. Who cares? Maybe this show will revive it. I don't know, but who cares? So it seems like Kepler and like VVs are kind of like new, and then there's groups like Brave Girls, kind of on the tail end,
Right.
But
Kind of
Kepler
like
seems so out of place. I don't know. Like I know Vivis is technically new, but like you know how since they're formed out of G-Friend members, they've been around for 8 years. And then the second most recent group is what, like Luna from 2018?
If you exclude VVs, then yeah, it's
Hyunjin. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No.
And it's just I don't know, man. Kepler they seem. I'm not mad at the makeup of the groups, but it's just like they seemed a little out of place. Like
is it
everyone
because
else
they're like
is
really
there.
new? Or...
No, I think everyone else there is there to, just put it bluntly, like have a resurgence in their careers. Whereas like Kepler is like they're starting off. Like what are they? They're not. This isn't like their second wave or second. They're not catching their second breath of wind.
On the other hand, maybe they viewed it more like maybe they chose not to like look at VV's like G-Friend past. I know they kind of milk it in the show, but like in terms of just like team, like I don't know, like reputation. What if they just view them as newcomers?
Yeah, I mean on
Hyunjin.
paper it makes sense, but
I mean Hyunjin too. Hyunjin's technically right.
yeah, but it's just like the goal of the groups. It seems like it's like they were once popular and they're trying to have resurgence. Whereas with Kepler, it's like they're just starting off. But okay, we're going in circles. Like I'm fine with the final makeup. It's just if they felt a little out of place for me.
I feel like ITZY wouldn't agree to go on the show either.
Dude, I'm so
you
glad
think?
he's not here.
Yeah, if I was ITZY, I would say no to the show.
Oh, why? Why did you think that?
I think for them, even though they're not doing as well as like we'd hoped, I think this is like coming on here would be more detrimental than. I think they have more to lose. I think they don't have much to gain from this because they already have like comeback shows and stuff.
Yeah.
Do you agree, Dubious? Is that why?
Oh, 100%. Like I don't ever want to like.
See a girl,
I don't think any
that you like.
Yeah, I don't think any like top 3 or top 4 company group should ever go on this show unless this show like evolves into something that's different, where like those kind of members come and fight. Like that'd be something cool. But I think with this, it's like we know why they're coming out.
Yeah.
And for me, I think it'd be an embarrassment if ITZY came out.
Yeah.
Not to say that there's anything wrong with going on the show.
No, of course not.
You gotta include that so people don't get mad.
I think if we're to be honest, like the 3 of us, one of the reasons why we're watching the show is because like Kepler is on, right? And I think Mnet kind of knew that, so they could try to bring in a group that can like bring in like newer audiences or like those that are typically younger. Because like Luna's pretty popular internationally, but like domestically in Korea, they're not that well known. So I think Kepler was to kind of like fill that hole. And of course, at the end of the day, it's like a business. So.
Oh, Insider, one thing I wanted to ask you since you're a Luna fan, why do they refer to themselves as a Korean name, but everyone else calls them Luna?
Oh, like Idare Sonyo? In Korean? That's a really good question. I'm actually not sure.
Me and Dubious were wondering that the entire time during the show.
I was annoyed as hell.
I think it's just the way that they kind of adopt themselves. But if, to be honest, like all these other groups are looking at Luna, they always see them from like, like they have a lot of foreign fans and they call them like Luna, So I think that's why they call it like that.
Interesting. So you don't even know, huh?
I don't even know. Yeah, that's true.
That makes me more mad.
One thing that's actually kind of funny is like, for me, like the show kind of just seems like Luna and Kepler. Like those are kind of like the 2 highlights of the show, and I think for a lot of international fans, it's going to be the same as well. So I think one of the judging categories is like viewership, right, from like YouTube videos, and like I could just imagine that these 2 groups are going to be ones on top.
Really, I was really excited for Run the World Brave Girls.
Oh, shut up.
Wait, but I'm actually excited for VVs, and this is like not a joke. I think as I was watching the show more, like I like Eunha, I like Umji. Just not sure about Simbi, but and I don't like their songs that they performed either, so I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
Oh, that's the thing. Their songs, I don't know, they're not really my type.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I don't think Pam is really my type of song, but I like Bop. I think Bop Bop's okay.
Oh, Bop Bop, yeah.
And I kind of wish they performed Bop Bop to kind of like shed their G-Friend past, even though I know it means a lot to them, but I feel like it's in their best interest to go forward as VVs. So I wish they did Bop Bop instead of like Pam, but I don't know. One thing I really want to highlight, and Dubious mentioned this before, is that the production quality on Queendom 2 is actually really high. Really high value, and I like it a lot. Like if you looked at Hyodin and Vivi's stages, like with the clock and the jungle theme, really like impressive when I first saw it. And I think I want to like attribute it to maybe my theory is that like for the other past shows, they're like betting and investing on rookies, like girls who haven't debuted yet, and like aren't don't have like the success that like the groups that we see on Queendom 2 have, you know. So maybe Queendom is more inclined to invest into these performances and stages because they have more of an assurance and guarantee that it'll be successful, you know.
Yeah, like guarantee fan base already.
Yeah.
If you guys remember, into the performances at the end, they invited like rookie artists to kind of like watch the show, and like Ua was actually one of them.
Shout outs to Ua. I like Ua.
Yeah. And like
BM was like,
didn't even get any screen time.
BM saw McDonald's in the crowd.
It's like MCND or something.
Oh, I know what
something
you mean.
K, yes.
We saw Trippin', we saw Purple Kiss.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah, we saw the Nazi apologist.
That's right. Adding on to BM's point, I do want to say VVs as a group and their performance, for me, it doesn't really fit with a show like Queendom's because I think their performance relied a lot on artistry and people kind of knowing their history. There's like that whole thing about like, oh, people were kind of like crying. Like I didn't really get it, although like I knew of G-Friend. So for like viewers like me, it wasn't really that like impactful or anything like that. It just kind of seemed like they're kind of putting on like a mama performance maybe. But like if you compare it to like Hyodin's performance, that was a real Queendom show. Like she had the perfect dance break for it. She was like killing with the vocals and everything. Dubious.
Like I agree. It's like Hyodin knew because she has past like competition experience. Like she knows what's good live. I personally think like in a competition setting, like, and you can even tell. I feel like because sure, like I didn't really grow up with G-Friend, and I didn't really like their songs that much. But like even though both their songs are old, like Vivi's performed like older songs, and Hyodin performed the older song as well, like, and they're both outdated to a certain point. With Hyodin, like she like remixed her song, and kind of made it a bit more modern, whereas I feel like Vivi's just sang their song and like had like a pre-performance. But yeah, I agree. Like on a show like Queendom, I'm not sure if the whole title is like finding queens, and I don't know like how Koreans view it, but like for me it's just like I don't know, Hyodin stage was a lot more worthy of like being called like a queen stage. I hate that I just said that, but that's how I feel.
You said it. You finally said it.
Yeah, queen.
I also think it was all the more impressive because if I'm not mistaken, Touch My Body was a group song, right?
Yeah.
So like Hyodin had to kind of fill the stage. I know they're like backup dancers and stuff, but like Sistar had like 6 members, right?
4.
Oh, 4 members? All right, never mind. Cut that out.
No, keeping it.
Anyway, like 4 members, right? So you have to fill the presence of like 3 more people.
Yeah.
Because like the dancers aren't going to be performing, or like they're not going to be singing.
Yeah, singing a song. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I think that's much more credit due to like Hyodin as opposed to like VV's. But I think like Insider said, like VV's is more like an artistic group, right?
Yeah.
Even like their choreo was more graceful, elegant, like ballet-esque, as opposed to like strong moves like Hyodin,
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think maybe we'll see more with like Bop Bop and like more recent songs, but I don't know. I do have to agree with Insider there.
Before they had done the first live performances, there's that section where they had to choose each other's like rivals, right? And man, like, well, first of all, Hyodin picking Kepler was actually kind of unexpected. But one thing that kind of got me was a lot of their reasoning for choosing rivals. I don't know. It almost sounded like BS to me. It just kind of sounded like it was like sugarcoating the other group.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. I was literally telling BM as we were watching. I'm like, dude, if there was a group that literally said, I pick that group or that person because I think we can beat them, I would have supported that group until the end of the show.
That's the thing. Being a rival means you kind of feel threatened by their popularity or their achievement, so that wants you to be better than them. but it wasn't. There was none
Everyone
of that.
just sugarcoated it. Just said, and like here's the thing. I don't blame them. Like because the thing is, there's dumbasses like me who will get throw from that. But like there's the general audience will be like, what? Girls shouldn't be talking like that, or like
Yeah.
K-pop girl groups shouldn't be doing that. Like there should be, Sunbae, Hubei, all those kind of dynamics, right?
Right.
But like, so I don't blame them for sugarcoating it or saying it in a roundabout way. But for me, it was just like, yeah, everyone just kind of gave the same answer. Like the only one that was somewhat different and heartfelt was probably like Woo Sonya's reasoning for picking. Wait, Hyorin, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like how you're not even afraid to just like kind of downplay how you feel. You're just like, yeah, I just want drama.
Dude, well, the thing is, like, I think Mnet will create drama where there isn't drama, right?
Yeah.
We know that. But at the same time, like,
regardless.
yeah, regardless. But like, what I want is authentic drama. Like, I don't want people creating fake drama, right? Then it's just like, okay, this is awkward. But if it's like, yo, I actually want to win. We're here because like we're freaking trying to like have resurgence in our careers, and like you're my competition. Then it'd be like, damn, all right, that's a queen right there.
You're telling me you don't want news outlets extrapolating sarcasm as like disrespectful tone or something?
Yeah.
Like honestly, when Hyorin picked Kepler, I thought she was gonna say something like, "They're new, but they're getting really popular," and like, wow, I feel like like some sort of competition. Yeah, but like it was none of that. It was just like, yeah, they're like extremely nice, and I just remember kind of like seeing them when I was like promoting a sister, and I was just like, that's not a rival. That's just like someone you kind of respect. But yeah.
I mean, I guess Dubious just advocates for women on women violence.
Dude, we gotta have equality here.
Yeah, I think these groups just kind of know that Mnet would evil edit anything, so they're just kind of
holding on their toes, huh?
Yeah.
They're also in this for the long run, so it's like they want to make friends from the show. They don't want to make enemies. I get it.
Right.
I get it.
Right. The only person that I think kind of went for it was Cindy from Phoebe's.
Oh, dude.
Oh.
Wait. Can I say this? Okay, so like, I have my initial reactions to the groups, individual groups, right? But the reason why my initial reaction, my just visceral reaction from episode 1 is that I want Vivi's to not do well is because of Shinbi. And like maybe it's like exactly counter to what I just said about like authentic drama, but her like the fact that she took like the other group picking them, I think it was Brave Girls, right? Picking Vivi's as their rival. And she was like, what? Like
us?
Why are you looking down on us? Like she had such a boomer mentality that I'm just, and it seems she seems like a person that like cares a lot about like the seniority, like dynamic that Koreans have to, or Korean society has, right? And that really bothered me. I was just like, oh, I hope you get dropped out, bro. I did not like seeing that.
We need you to make up your mind.
You're right. I just said two.
You
I was
like drama,
I
but
want
you don't
authentic drama, and then I'm like, but authentic drama.
So like a middle gray.
No, I mean, it was just like, I don't know. Maybe it's because I really don't like the whole like seniority dynamic that like people are required to kind of show. That when she seemed like she put a like high priority on that, I was like, man, I don't know. Turning me off a little bit.
Yeah, I guess we'll kind of end off with like the girls and the girl groups that kind of stood out to us most. For me, I'll start off like after the whole like Chu terminating contract thing, like I couldn't look at her the same way when I was watching this episode.
Dude, they
like,
interviewed her so much in the beginning.
It was like, yeah, like especially like when I saw like the press conference and everything, like she just kind of seems like everything's kind of going like the regular way. And like I kind of watch a lot of her content too. Like she has like a YouTube channel. I don't exactly know why she chose this timing. Literally, it was just like 2 days before Queendom aired, like premiered.
Dude, insider. You know when Luna wasn't there? Sorry. Ida Sonia, sorry.
Yeah,
that's shut up. Just
sorry. You know when they weren't there, me and Dubious were like, dude, is it because of Chu?
Dude, yeah, it's
because of Chu. And then COVID, and we're like,
okay. Here's the thing. Luna is getting unluckier by the minute. Okay. First of all, their company goes bankrupt last year. Literally, their employees are not getting paid, they're in debt. Then they get COVID, like almost all the members, and they couldn't perform. And now Chu, who's like one of the most popular members, is terminating their contract. And I'm just like what the hell? Like their road does not look good, and it's basically just leaving Kepler as like the main highlight of the show. Like I don't know.
Well, Insider, I don't know how you wake up every morning as a Luna fan, knowing that they're going through all that.
Yeah, I know.
But secondly, I don't think Kepler is the highlight of the show. I mean, they might get the most popularity, but I actually don't think they're the highlight. Like personally, for me.
Oh yeah. Who kind of shines out for you?
Well, okay. The girls that I like, or just like my visceral reaction, is like I like Uju Sonya. I hope they do well.
Yeonjong.
Like I want Hyorin to do well. The thing is, like back when Sistar were a popular group, like I didn't really care for them. Like I thought they had really good songs, but like I liked SNSD and like A-Pink during those days, right? So I never really cared about Sistar. But like when she came out and like, you know, at the end of the day, she's just a veteran, right? And like I think seeing her like made me feel very nostalgic, and like almost like kind of like proud too, you know, seeing someone who was from second gen like still doing the thing. And like I think she's here to have fun. Like she didn't care about the placing of the or the order of the performances, and she was like, I'm not gonna fight for sixth place. I'll just take second place, whichever one's open. So I like seeing that about her. As I said before, I want VVs to get eliminated. And Luna will only get into my good spot if they stop calling themselves by their Korean name.
Right.
You only want babies to get eliminated because I like them, though.
No. It always comes down to that, huh? Brave Girls gave me left a bad taste in my mouth because they were wearing that like blue duct tape dress.
DM.
Let me tell you guys a real story. Dubious woke up this morning liking VVs, and then we were watching Queendom together. And as soon as I'm like, hey, I'm starting to like VVs, he's like, God damn it, and started to hate them again.
No, I literally mentioned Simbi was pissing me off, and then you're like, no, you know what that happened is I was like, she pisses me off, and you're like, I like that. And then you start supporting VVs.
No. What happened was you're like, damn, Simbi reminds me a lot of BM. I hate this person now. That's what happened. Anyway, I think for me, VVs is probably who I'm gonna look out for. I know it's really weird. I don't know. They just made a good impression on me aside from Simbi. She's not really the type of like idol I like anyway. But also Kepler.
Mm-hmm.
I'm neutral on Kepler, but I want to see them do something, you know. Who the hell are Brave Girls? Luna, I just want them to do well, just because, dude, they had the worst luck so far. Shouts out to BBC, and I don't know. I don't know anyone from Uju Sonya except for
Pona wasn't even there, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Too busy doing well in life.
Yeah,
he's being Susie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think if I had to choose one, it'd be VV's. Hyorin, I don't know anything about. I wasn't into. That was during the period of time where I wasn't really into K-pop again.
Yeah.
So I have no idea on Sistar. I didn't even know Starship back then, I think. But I'm excited for Hyorin, TBH. I think she showed a lot of promise in Touch My Body. So, I will say though, like, I'm kind of interested to see how like the show is gonna go. Like as we move forward.
Yeah, there's still a lot of unknowns, so we gotta see.
Dude,
I bet you. Wait, this is important. I bet you, if Oh My Girl was in this show, you'd be like, I hate them. I want them kicked out.
Dude, they were in season 1.
Yeah, I know. But I know
I like Oh My Girl.
Yeah, but if we watch season 2 together and they were on again, and I went, oh hell yeah, Oh My Girl.
You literally said yourself you don't like VVs. You literally said that, and I don't understand either. I'm with you.
I know I like VVs,
but you don't even know why.
Yeah, I don't know why I like VVs though.
You shouldn't. Dude, but I will say this: like Tan being, you guys were saying in the beginning, like how you know, like the male MC didn't fit like as a good counterpart to Taeyeon, but like to me, like Taeyeon being on the show actually kind of destroys it for me a little bit because like I love Taeyeon. I used to love her a lot, like back in the day, and it's almost like, dude, she's like the biggest star on the show, and I don't know if I like that. Like, whenever she's on screen, it's like, wait, that's freaking Taeyeon. Like, this show is like, oh, find like, this is a competition to find like the biggest queens. I'm just like, what?
She's right there.
You already have like the biggest like K-pop queen here. Like, what? She steals the screen every time she shows up. I'm just like, what? Oh my god.
Damn, dubious just supporting his girl. Yeah.
It's really interesting because I don't feel that.
And do you not get that like ex-girlfriend feeling, like you're looking at ex-girlfriend?
No, and it's really weird because I used to be so into Taeyeon, right?
Yeah.
But after like losing interest in her, I guess this is like a perspective of someone that's not like the biggest Taeyeon fan anymore. Like I don't like, even though she's on screen, it's not like, oh my gosh, it's Taeyeon, like she's like stealing all the attention. It's just like she's just there as like a veteran, like a legendary veteran who's like able to provide guidance to like these girls who haven't been doing as well. That's how it feels for me. It doesn't feel like Taeyeon kind of like steals the screen whenever she's on. I don't know.
Maybe I've just watched like so many stuff on her like back in the day that like every time she like chuckles, you know how she has like kind of like that manly chuckle. It's just like like I don't know, like those days. Just like I
will say though, I think I'm in the minority. Like big minority, and I think if it was like winter, I probably feel the same way as you.
Oh, right. Yeah, right.
Yeah. I'll be like, what the hell? Like, what's the point of this show? I mean, winter is here,
Yeah.
So I do empathize with what you're saying, though.
Wow, it's always amazing how the two of you share different opinions.
Yeah, we're just meant to clash on the show.
That's why you guys are the two being interviewed.
Just rename this podcast BM Resistance. Yeah.
Seeing from two different sides. But yeah, next week we'll be picking off with Kepler performing their first episode, or first performance for episode 2.
First episode?
Yeah, first performance. And so if you want to hear more of our reactions to the show, then make sure to follow our channel so you don't miss out. Tell us below in the comments what you thought about episode 1 and who you are cheering for. But until then, see you guys next week.
We can play a game. We can predict what song Kepler's going to do. Our choices are Watata or Watata.
Watata or Watata.
They have no other songs, right?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay, so it's Watata.
Yeah, it's Watata.